that, you like that, so let's be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby, 'cause I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
Dice que no le es suficiente, está mal de la mente. Cuando está solita que entre, música para ponerla en ambiente, yeah. Ella quiere que como aquella vez, le busco todo. Todo lo que se pone bonito se le ve. Empezamos a pie y ahora andamos en el jet. Vamos a calentar, baby, tú. No se quiere olvidar, lo quiere recordar, baby.
'Cause I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Latino gang.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't crazy. I like that, you like that, so let's be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby. Yeah. Ooh, no one's gotta know. We can keep it low key. I'll be fine alone, long as you're alone with me. So incredible, unforgettable on me. 'Cause I can't get enough.
Benny Blanco.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Chibabi man, Selena.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
Another thing that's a common thread between both of these lineups is each of these players is sharing the ball and they're keeping their turnovers down. Keeping turnovers down is a very important thing. In the finals of the tournament last year, one of the ways that Skip Tomalu got momentum was by forcing a bunch of turnovers in a row and really widening his lead against turn-up defense. Turnovers are important. Take care of the ball and you will have a shot at victory. A few suggestions I would make to fill out the end of his lineup are the Pink Diamond Tracy McGrady, and you can also take a look.
Philadelphia. That's the scene for the Lakers. The intimidation factor looms large. Anthony Davis is locked in and focused on winning, trying to lead his team as they prepare to do battle inside Wells Fargo Center. Lakers, Sixers, up next, right after this.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey everybody, this is the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, the Los Angeles Lakers squaring off against the 76ers in Philadelphia. For Philadelphia, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And you look at Ben Simmons. A lot has been made about the jump shot, or lack thereof, but even without it, he remains a major factor.
Jump shot, schmump shot. Listen, the guy's a 6'10" point guard, nightly triple-double threat, and keep in mind he went to LSU. And he's best when he's surrounded by shooters who can space the floor and widen those driving lanes. Jump shot, schmump shot. Don't ever shoot it. Pass it.
Well, his passing is probably his best asset and unbelievable on the move. That vision, you can't teach it. You can teach shooting, but you can't teach instincts.
Did you see that?
What's that?
See, that's my vision.
Oh.
Saw things you guys didn't.
Yep.
Gotcha, big fella.
You sure did.
in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college, but a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Davis.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Bradley in at the 1. And for the 76ers, in the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Down low, it's Harris and Horford, and it's Thibault in at the small forward.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Count that one.
You know, we talk a lot about athleticism, guys. It's important. And right there, Harris used his well to create for himself.
Now here's James. Outside, Green. Back to James. Here's McGee, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Here's Simmons. Up again, and staying with the play, Harris. Harris has got his second basket.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Here is McGee. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Back to LeBron, and LeBron throws it down.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty, an incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Here's Bradley after Ben Simmons' bucket. Left side, Davis tries from 16. And McGee kicks to Davis. Good work defensively by Horford.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And that one's good. Thibault.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
James outside. Shoots from the baseline. That one doesn't go. And the 76ers go the other way with it. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
The drive by Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Now here's James. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Raptors. Simmons, and he makes good on the layup. Simmons got 6.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to McGee. They double him with Simmons, and McGee kicks to Bradley. Passes to James. To the inside, Davis. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Puts it up from 15. Rebound the Lakers. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
Simmons with it. Picked up by Davis. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. Mark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research, Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia?
The first one falls.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
He doesn't get the second one. Players are sure racking up a lot of miles, Clark. A lot of games, a lot of flights, a lot of late nights, early mornings, but in some ways it must be easier these days than it was, say, 20 years ago when you were playing.
It's easier now than it was when I played. I mean, we had commercial flights and 6 a.m. flights. These guys now actually have charter services. Heck, I often think that the guys before me had it much worse than I did. So it's all relative, but clearly it's hard, it's demanding, but they also have the very best of care in getting to and from the cities across the league.
Here's LeBron. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game.
And Green is a world-class sniper, laser, an excellent shooter, great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
The drive by Simmons makes it off the glass. Simmons got 9 points.
Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Here's LeBron. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Oh, what a finish!
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Okay. Here's Davis. Another shot. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Philadelphia. They lead by 4. Richardson, no luck.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Simmons. Knocked loose. The 17-footer. And James gets it to go on the assist by Green.
Analytics says that you should ignore the mid-range jumper. No, not with LeBron. With him shooting, I'll bank on any shot he takes. Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got 6.
LeBron can score from anywhere, but he's most effective close to the hoop. Very skilled in the paint.
Simmons with it. He's picked up by LeBron, and it's good. 2 points.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Bradley deciding where to go with it. McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. I mean, it seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Bradley. And that one's good. Burke.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Dwight Howard. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of Angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
And he knocks down the first one. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
Outside, Davis. The quick look, no good that time.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Got that one up quick.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Caldwell-Pope on the wing. Launches a 3. And another shot. And Howard with the lay-in.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
That one drops for him. And it's 6 points for Trey Burke. Here is Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. '76ers on defense. It's a 5-point game. And here's Rondo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Here's Burke, and it's sent back by Howard.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Howard. Return to sender is what he stamped that one with.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Here's Burke. Lays it up off the glass. Burke's got 8. Here's Rondo.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or 2.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
He misses the free throw.
And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Lakers trail by 7. Rondo looking around. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Well, for the past month, it's been quite a three-point shooting display for these small forwards. Just check out their percentages from long range. In the third spot, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
I mean, you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on that list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter, and you risk them blowing by you. But if you back off, you might get your feelings hurt.
Well, I think you've got to take the first approach, Greg. You got to get up into them. You can't give these guys any space to shoot the 3.
And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Rondo.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
Here's Caruso. Howard controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Knocked away. Now the 76ers on the break. Burke with the ball. No good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Here's Caruso. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
And that one's good. Burke.
Well, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rondo with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's the pass to Korkmaz. Back to Scott. And finished off by Scott.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Korkmaz. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Caldwell-Pope. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Korkmaz. Cook is checked in for Rajon Rondo. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 24 seconds left to play in the first. Lobbed up there for Howard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Great reach that time by Howard. He went way upstairs to throw that one down. Can pretty much get any pass that's around the goal.
Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Scott, good. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here is Cook. The 3. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. 76ers lead by 11. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Just can't wait till I get my song. Go ahead, get your
The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit, he adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Cook. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Howard. And it's Caruso in at the shooting guard. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the most they've led by 13 points. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking of Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
one.
I
think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
That free throw good from Korkmaz. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here is Cook. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Tobias Harris is checked in for Philadelphia.
Tobias Harris.
Richardson attacking. Here's O'Quinn. That shot, no good. Good D by Howard. Lakers trail by 16. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Pass to Kuzma. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Howard, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Korkmaz. It's tipped, and they get it back. And O'Quinn slams it in. Here is Cook. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Out left to the wing. Here's Howard. Another miss by Howard. The 76ers leading by 18. Here's Harris. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Boy, that's a nice touch from Harris right there, showing you exactly how under control he is close to the basket.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Kevin, let's take a look here to see where the Lakers rank in the NBA.
And going back to that top ranking in terms of block shots, for me, it's been pure dominance. Defensively, they have such great presence around the rim, and at times, that gets in your head.
Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Cook, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Cook. Will it go? It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Richardson, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against the Lakers. The 76ers have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Josh Richardson at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And, you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Here's James. Rebound by the 76ers. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
Here's Harris. Again, Philadelphia.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defenders something extra to think about.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Thibault. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Feeds to James. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
And the 76ers call time here.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
Bradley's checked in for the Lakers. Around halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Lakers. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well.
And when I look at the Lakers, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4-on-5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Here's Thibault. Rebounded by the Lakers. McGee's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The drive by Green. Good work defensively by Horford.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's LeBron. He's got 10. Takes the 3. And there's Green on the assist by Davis. Green's got 6.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Rebounded by McGee. To the paint. And the dunk by James.
Well, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
McGee with the block. Now Bradley. Over Simmons. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Richardson, good. 13 points in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here's Bradley. That shot missing, so Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Can't shake Simmons. He is very used to getting hit on these kinds of looks and just plays right through the contact.
And here's Bradley from three.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
James looking around to the middle. Rondo finds Bradley. The three-pointer, no good.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this for man.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Back to Rondo. 5 on the clock. In the corner, Bradley with it. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Bradley. Count it. And that's now 21 points for Ben Simmons.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Bradley with another miss. 76ers shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. And the shot goes in. Bibles got 6 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill. Outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
Scotty's checked in for the 76ers. Trey Burke comes in for Ben Simmons. That one misses.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
He gets that one. And here is Davis. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Outside Bradley. Lakers passing it around. Davis kicks to LeBron. 5 to shoot. Rondo wide open. Sinks the triple. Rondo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron with it. 14 points for him. Loads it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Boy, LeBron's vision is second to none, and his decision-making just as good. Slick pass there.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And nice to see the strong inside game they're playing this quarter.
The 76ers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. And some changes here for the 76ers. James Ennis, he'll check in for Harris. And it's Korkmaz in for Josh Richardson. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Avery Bradley.
And, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
And they really haven't made much of an impact on the offensive glass here in the second quarter. There's been a significant drop-off in that area.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, Clark, is at his best in transition.
And, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And Los Angeles guys shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And they pick up 2. Howard's got 14 points for the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Horford trying to free himself up. Took him no time at all on that one. Here's LeBron. 16 points for him. Pass to Kuzma. 30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And stolen by Horford. Here's Korkmaz. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Baseline J on the way, and James pulls it down. Caldwell-Pope for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. 76ers on top, delivering the blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, that is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got to offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And the Lakers with possession here. Down low, it's Harris and Horford. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
76ers shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Plays it up and banks it in. Thibault's got 8.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
And so Green will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Lets it go from deep. Horford with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended. Was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
LeBron passes to McGee, and there it is for him. McGee's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Lakers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Bradley can't get it to go.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Lakers ball.
Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Lakers second.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Passes it to LeBron. And it's sent back by Horford. Shoots over McGee. That one wide left.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Green passes to Bradley, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And finished off by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And he comes up with the deuce.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
And it's McGee with the jam.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Here's Simmons. Rebounded by the Lakers. McGee's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. On the wing, Green hits it from three-point range. Green's got 9.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The drive by Simmons.
The slash ability of Simmons. Really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Bradley. He's got 12. And stolen by Horford. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Thibault. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeBron kicks to Davis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got assist number 8 now on the night. The 76ers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Simmons, and he dunks it right over JaVale McGee. Holy cow.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
LA has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Cook kicks to Davis. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Horford. Here's Richardson, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And they double up James. Here's Cook. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Cook's got his first points of the game.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
It's Davis on the wing. Puts up a 3. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds in the game. From 15 feet away, that's good from Horford on the assist by Richardson. 6 points for Horford.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
There's the pass to McGee. Right side Davis. Over Horford. And it's Davis missing. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Outside, Davis. From the arc. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got 7.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
LeBron with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Out to the right wing. Back to Cook. Fires for three. Rebound by the 76ers.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Harris makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Davis against Horford. 6 to shoot. Davis, the pass to LeBron, and it's blocked by O'Quinn. They get it back. Bucket is good. McGee's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he has found the stroke, folks. Continues to knock down shot after shot. Perfection thus far.
Good.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
And it's McGee with the jam.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Simmons inside the line. The shot that time not on target. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Got the soul, just when the war saying they got no hope, here comes the love. We got audio. We flying high, superhero. Some I keep in my morning memory, feel like a star. We got audio.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Scotty's checked in for Horford. James Ennis comes in for Harris. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Burke in for Simmons. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Anthony Davis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Alex Caruso. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cook.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 28 points for Trey Burke.
2 minutes.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Boy, this is a night to remember for McGee, a force on the floor. You cannot overstate what a presence he's been tonight.
And that one's good. Burke. A minute 42 left in the third quarter. LA is gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Rondo passes to Kuzma, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Kuzma's got 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. That's
a layup for him. He's just too open.
Inside, here's Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by the 76ers. O'Quinn's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. I mean, the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
59 seconds left to play here in the third. And Los Angeles guys shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Cans it from downtown. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket tonight.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him.
And a wide open look for James. Scott pulls it in. Scott's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The shot's good. That's 7 points for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Caldwell-Pope is very comfortable near the rim, cashing in from there.
McGee with the block. Rondo passes to Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on JaVale McGee.
Personal foul. Shooting for Philadelphia, Trey Burke. At the line for 2.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Los Angeles making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ran up on him. I ain't said nothing. I don't really give a.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Philadelphia with the ball, taking a look at Los Angeles. Rondo and Caldwell-Pope in the backcourt. Howard is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
And Caldwell-Pope gets the basket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
That's good. He's 5 for 9.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Pulls up from the corner. Nice jump shot. Good. Burke's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Offside Rondo. That's tipped, and they're able to recover. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Shooting one.
First personal foul.
The max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Nato, offensive rebound. Here's Scott. No good there.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Howard dishes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Rondo. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's his first. They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
One shot.
And Rondo, no good on that one. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Count it.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Wasted no time on that one. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Howard. Outside Rondo. Teardrop shot. Howard kicks to Dudley. Outside Rondo. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Rondo's got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they have the advantage, a big one in second chance points. Those extra possessions really help an offense, and it demoralizes the defense.
Daniels passes to Rondo. Dudley's shot is good.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Ennis, and he banks in the layup. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles, season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for Ennis. The Lakers also with a sub. Caruso's checked in. 76ers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Neto, that's a two-pointer. Another miss by Philadelphia.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist by Daniels. And that's 12 points for Rajon Rondo.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Scott, good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Dudley. Yes, that goes in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Wants to get it to Rondo and does. Korkmaz grabs the miss. Korkmaz has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Milton. His three-pointer's off the mark. And Los Angeles guys shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Pass to Dudley. Outside Rondo. And they double up Rondo. Howard in the post, defended by Scott. Dudley, no luck. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Outside Rondo. Passes it to Howard. Here's Caruso. Just 5 to shoot. Los Angeles with another miss. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Daniels inside the line. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Rondo can't get it to go. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. Here's Bolden, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Now, here's Howard. Outside Rondo. Banked in off the glass. Rondo's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Caruso, no good. 76ers shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Bolden, good. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. On the wing, Daniels. Down low. And Howard with the stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that Howard is really good at staying aggressive when he knows he's hot, in attack mode on the offensive end.
And that one's good. Korkmaz.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
I like the grade, Greg. They're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off. That's excellent discipline on display right there.
Dudley, no luck.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Neto can't get it to go.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Daniels, good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Daniels has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And he gets it to go.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Los Angeles has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And that one, good.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Here is Rondo. Now Howard to the paint, hangs. Dudley's shot is good.
And, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Scott, good.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. The Lakers shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Now here's Rondo. He's guarded closely. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Philadelphia.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And I love what they accomplished here tonight. Made the plays they had to, and that's why they'll go up 1-0 in their season series against the Lakers.
The Lakers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Caruso, and it's blocked. Timeout called the 76ers. They're in front by 33. 44 seconds left in the game. A moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He came off the bench to give them a major boost and prevent 2 straight losses. That's just the kind of contribution you're hoping to get from your bench. Here's Philadelphia. Here's Neto. It's good. The assist that time for Menace.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
At the line for your 76ers, Jonah Bolden, taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's McGee, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Ennis misses.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us.